today. My name is Juana and this is the Crafting Puerto Rican. So today I decided to continue the series of decorating, but instead of doing the home decorating like I did in the last two videos, I'm gonna doing some adorable things, and these are bunnies. Yes, we're gonna be embroidering some bunny ears. I'm going to do some bunny ears for my grandkids. So I decided to go share it with you. These are the three I'm gonna be doing, and they're cute. Ooh, they're so cute and soft. So anywho, so I'm gonna be using three methods of embroidering, I hope. So the first one that I'm gonna be using is the 8-in-1 frame that is known as fast frame. Ricoma calls it 8-in-1, but it's the same thing as a fast frame. I've never used them before. So anywho, then the second one I'm gonna be using the regular hoop that the Ricoma uses. I'm gonna be doing another one using the SE 1900, so that if you don't own a multi-needle machine, no problems. You can go ahead and use your SE 1900. It's as easy as it is using the multi-needle machine. So I'm so excited to do these bunny ears. So let's go at it. Okay, so for this project, we're gonna be needing, for the first one, which I'm gonna be using the 8-in-1 frame. It's a fast frame. And like I mentioned before, I'm gonna be doing in three different hoops. We're gonna use this one. We're gonna be using the one that Ricoma machine brought. This is a 7.5 by 5 point something. Let me see if I'm more specific. 7.4 by 5.5 in the Ricoma hoop. And then we're gonna be using, for the SE 1900, we're gonna be using the hoop for the SE 1900, which is this one right here. It's a 5x7 hoop. And you have the option also to use the magnetic hoop for a single needle flat machine. This will be an easier way than using the regular 5x7 that comes with the Embroider SE 1900 or any flatbed machine, but because not everybody has this, I'm gonna start with the example with the regular 5x7 hoop that comes with the Embroider SE 1900, okay? Also, you're gonna be using water-soluble stabilizer on top. I already pre-printed the names that I'm gonna be embroidering. And I need one more to print. I mean, I have 4 grandkids. There's one missing. This is Jasmine. Anywho, also we're gonna be needing, of course, the bunny. Any kind of bunny, doesn't have to be this one. Anything, you know, that you can find. And of course, we're gonna be using tearaway sterilizer for when we use the Ricoma hoop and the one for the SE 1900. If you decide to use the magnetic hoop for flatbed batching, then you're gonna be using the sticky stabilizer. All right, so let's start. I'm gonna be showing you how to pin the ear to the, and by the way, this is the first time that I'm gonna be using the fast frame. I've never used a fast frame before. So I released a video about 2 weeks ago on an unboxing of the 8-in-1 frame. I call it 8-in-1 frame because that's the way, you know, the manufacturer calls it. Fast frame for everybody else. It's the first time that I use it, so to me it's gonna be, oh my goodness, you know, it shouldn't be no problem because I have plenty of space to center it. Anyway, let's go to the hooping. I'm gonna move you around a little bit because I need space around the camera so that I can, you know, do the hooping, and then you can have a view of it too. So what we're gonna be doing is, and if I block you, I'm gonna see, I don't think I'm gonna be blocking you. What I'm gonna be doing is I'm gonna be placing the bunny. This hoop is gonna be going this way to the machine with this on the top. So I need the bunny to be on the bottom, and this one I'm gonna be holding the bunny because it's not gonna be hooped with the frame, and the only thing that is gonna be holding it is the sticky stabilizer and some pins. So that's why I'm gonna be hooping it this way. So I'm gonna put the bunny ear as high as I can on the frame. Look at me talking like if I've done this before. I've never done this before. I'm just doing it by logic, right? But I've never done it before. I'm gonna stick it here. And I decide I'm just gonna use pins just to even extra secure, you know. Just to make sure that I forgot to tell you, and I didn't do it. Before you do this, make sure that the hair is facing one way, because you don't want it to be all over the place, and then you're gonna see all, you know, I don't know, it's gonna be prettier if you just, like, the back part is gonna look nice and neat, all right? Because, you know, keep in mind that the back of the embroidery is gonna be showing in the back, all right? So I wanna make sure that it looks nice and neat, so I'm gonna flatten it, going the same way, all the hairs of the bunny. And now I'm gonna put it down. Let me make sure that the name is gonna fit in here. And I have plenty of space. I do have plenty of space, yeah. You see, I want to make sure that when I pin it, the pins are not going to come out, that it will interfere with the movement of here of the machine. Make sure that you pin it, you know, this way. Make sure that the end of the pin faces here. That way it doesn't scratch the machine or interfere with the movement of the machine, okay? And that applies for both the SC1900 and the multi-needle machine. See, like this. So make sure that you position the name correctly, okay? And I showed this ear because in here I already have an embroidery. So I want it just to be embroidery on one side and this other side. And I chose a color similar to that one. I was gonna show gray, but I decided to match this color, and then on the next one for my other grandson, which is gonna have also a gray bunny, I'm gonna do it in gray. So they are, even though they're cousins, that way they have, like, you know, a little bit different, not the same bunny, repeated, you know. Same color, the embroidery repeated. So I can afford to put the name a little bit higher. Okay. So this is the way it's gonna go in the machine, going this way, facing up, going that way, okay? And I'm gonna make sure that there are no pins close to the embroidery field. There's one in here that should not interfere for anything. This one is gonna interfere, you see? I cannot put this pin in here. So I'm gonna put it on the side. So you have to be very careful with that, people. All right, make sure that there are no pins in the field of embroidery, in the embroidery field or area, okay? So this is the frame they're going to be using for the 8-in-1 frames or hoops or fast frame. And I already adjusted the arm to fit this. And you're going to adjust it the same way you adjust for any other frame, no difference. So I'm going to put it in. Oops. You can see it's my first time doing this. So. Okay. It goes there. So now I'm going to be setting in here. And most tutorial that I've seen on this, people put other in here. The thing with other is that you won't be able to see the image in here, how it goes. So you only will go by what the needle measured. I like doing the image thing. So I think I'm going to be using hoop C. Let me go back in here and redo it again. Hoop C. You don't have to do it. I always double check and see if I can see the image if it works. I prefer to do this. Some people also use other for mighty hoops. I don't use other for mighty hoops. I go to the larger frame that almost match the one that I'm going to be using, a little bit larger, just to be in the safe side, and it have worked. So it should work for this too, you know. Let me see if I'm going to show you how it looks if I choose other. Okay, other will be here. And I'm gonna do okay. But you see, you don't have any image, just a point in there. I don't like that. I like to see my image. That's just me. So I'm gonna go back in here again and choose C. I'm gonna keep it in C. Yeah. So they just now I can go ahead and bring the hoop in here, and I'm gonna attach it to back here. I'm gonna show you. I'm gonna move the camera as fast as I can. I have a video, like I said, when I unbox the video, I show people how to hook it in here, but I'm gonna show you again. You can go back to that unboxing of these 81 frames or fast frames. If you see this knot in here, you're gonna loosen that knot. Yeah, you can see it. You see this knot in here? You're gonna loosen that knot, and that's gonna go inserted in there. So I'm gonna loosen it up. And then these two things need to go into these nipples in here. You see these little nipples? These holes need to go in there also. Okay. I need to loosen it up more. Okay, you see? They start in there. Okay. And make sure also, let me just fasten it. I'm gonna show you something else. My bunny is just hanging in there. The bunny is gonna be hanging in like this, but I'm gonna be holding it because it's a very fast stitching. And yeah, so I don't want it to be hanging. Listen, people, I have a table for this machine. Look, you see that box in there? That box is a table for this machine that I haven't even unboxing it or doing anything with it, and I've been lazy about it. I bought that box the same about 3 weeks after I got the machine, and I got this machine this past October. So that tells you how lazy I've been. All right, but I will use it. But that table will, help me on, keeping the bunny this way and not struggling. But probably I will use it in the future, and I probably will do a video on how to install it and everything. It's not complicated. I'm just being lazy. Okay. All right. So I'm going to show you also something. And this is a review for me since this is my first time using them. These fast frames for this machine, and I think it's for any other machine, make sure that when you install it, you're going to be sure that this is going to be going up like that. Not down, okay? Not down. It's going to be going this way with this hoop, this metal part going up. You see how it's dented in here? It's dented here and then it goes up. That's the way you're going to put it, not with this part up and then going down. It's going to be this way, okay? Just to clarify that. I don't know what different it would make, but that's the way they said to do it. So this is ready to go. And I'm going to trace it to make sure that I need it. So I'm going to see this is okay. So I'm going to go and escape this. And I'm just going to trace it. Oh, of course, I have to choose the color. I have to choose my color. I haven't chosen the color yet. You've seen me doing this before. For those who have never seen that before, I'm going to go here. I'm going to choose colors. And I'm going to do a royal blue just to match the numbers on the foot of the bunny. So I'm going to do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That will be 5. Number 5. And it's going to appear here because my blue color, which is back there, the royal blue. This one right here. This one is needle 5. Okay. All right. So since that I did that, okay, I'm going to do okay. That's done. And then I'm going to move this to needle 1 because I'm going to trace it. All right. I'm going to do escape. And I'm going to trace. I'm going to move the needle using these things over here. Okay. Okay, this is nice. And then after this bunny, I'm going to be doing the one with the Ricoma frame. And I'm not going to be explaining it because it's the same step. The difference is going to be a regular frame. But it's the same step to trace and everything like that. Same thing. And if you go to other videos that I had before, I will explain that when I print these things in Brilliance, it has a center cross that tell me what is the center of the design. And that's what I'm following. I'm looking for the center of the design. And I know right now my finger is blocking everything, but I need to make sure that I'm in the right place. So this looks pretty good to me. I'm following the needle and the cross in the middle of the design. Okay, right here, there's a cross, and that's what I'm following right there. Okay. All right, so that looks good. I'm gonna trace it. Bear in mind that I've never used this frame before, but I have plenty of spacing. It should not be a problem. Okay, so I'm gonna trace it. And the reason why it's not tracing, because now I remember I had to change the orientation because it's not embroidering this way. It's embroidering vertical. So I'm gonna go to, I'm gonna open this. Okay, I'm gonna go to design set. I'm gonna choose the direction of the embroidery design. I don't want it that way. I want it the same direction that the ear is going this way. So I'm gonna go push this F. I'm gonna try one more time and see if it will switch it. Look, you see how you switch it? That's the way I want it to embroider. So what I'm gonna do now is I have to start all over again tracing it. This is completely a different tracing now. So I don't need this anymore. I'm gonna be placing the water soluble stabilizer. Make sure that it covers everything. Since this is sticky stabilizer, I'm gonna stick it to it so it doesn't move. I'm gonna make sure the whole ear is covered. I'm gonna trace one more time without the design. Make sure that it's not hitting any of the needles. Okay, so I think I'm ready to roll. Let's get this baby started. This bunny is almost done and finished with. All done, people. So I'm gonna move you back to the table, all right? So this is a final result. What do you think? I think it came out pretty good. Well, let's move now to the one with the regular Ricoma hook, all right? With regular tearaway stabilizer, not sticky stabilizer. So I'm hoping my next bunny ear. This one is for my other grandson. I have 3 grandsons and 1 granddaughter. Yep, I think this is a good position. Just like the other one, there's no difference, okay? I'm gonna turn it around so that I can tighten the screw back here. Make sure that I have enough space for the needle to do the work. Make sure that I have enough space always. go all as high as I can get the bunny ear. This name is a little bit too high. Let me position it better. And I'm working sideways so that I don't block the camera. So if you see me moving awkwardly, like kind of awkward, that's why. I'll make sure that I have enough space for the machine to do the embroidery down here. But I don't want this too close to the tip of the ear either. Okay, so the bunny is ready to go to the machine. So this bunny is already in the hoop, ready to start like the other ones, and let's go at it. So I placed the water soluble stabilizer and it's ready to roll. Let me take it off the machine. Another bunny completed. And on this one, I think I could have probably placed the name a little bit higher, but that's okay, it's cute. What do you think? Okay, you guys, so now we're gonna be using the SE1900, and this is the bunny that I'm gonna be embroidering. Okay, my grandson named Lucas is next right here. I have to get some thread to match this color. I think this matches pretty good. This is another one right here. It's a little bit darker. No, I think this is the one that matched the most. So we're gonna be using the thread, the pins, tearaway stabilizer. I'm not gonna be using sticky stabilizer. I'm gonna be using a little bit of the adhesive spray. It's temporary adhesive spray right here. I use this brand, and I also use another brand that I don't remember the name that I get at Walmart. This one I ordered from Amazon. The one from Walmart is pretty good. I love that. It's much cheaper, but they haven't brought it back yet. So I'm waiting for it to come because it's way cheaper than this. And it works perfectly. I have this Madeira collection thread here. Let me see if I can see another option that I might want to use instead. This is another. Actually, this is even better. Yeah, I like this one better. It's more, it looks more. Could be either one. I will make a decision in a little bit. Because I wanted to match it as much as I can as the embroidery thread that the bunny has on the foot right here. And I think this color is almost that one. So, and this one is Madeira. And I think I'm gonna go with this one. Yeah. And you've seen, you know how this goes with just regular hooping. For those who are new in embroidery, just you can follow me the way I do it. And also, if you have any questions, I have a tutorial that is just about hooping this frame, okay? I'm not big in here, huh? I think I overdid it. Let me just Put it a little bit smaller. It's way too big. Okay. Make sure that when you do it again, the pins are not going to be sticking out and holding it into the machine and scratching or whatever. Make sure that, they are flat like that. They're not showing, sticking out, the pin, the tip of the pin, the straight pin, okay? So this looks good to me. Make sure that it's not crooked. Okay, so this is pin. This is the center of the design. That's what I'm going to follow. So let's go to the machine, people. Okay, so the machine is threaded, and I'm going to be looking for the file. I'm going to turn on the machine. Okay. It's doing all the noises. We're going to go to file. I'm going to be looking for the file. Look, that's right here. I'm going to go be looking on the, yeah, that's the one. Okay. I'm going to put set. And I'm going to be turning it around. So I'm going to do rotate 90 degrees. And that's not the way I want it. I want it the other way. That way. I think I will verify it once I put the hoop. So I'm going to be doing the hooping of my baby Lucas bunny. Okay. There we go. And the bunny's in the way. It's big. I'm gonna try to keep it down. But anywho, this is the way the it looks. So this is the way I want it. I want it that way. Okay. If the bunny would have been on the other side of the machine, back of the machine, it's gonna be the opposite way. But I'm running it this way. All right. So you can lay here, bunny, baby bunny, right here. So now what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna put okay. Where did I put the thingy? Okay, I'm gonna do okay. And I'm gonna go edit and because I already edited. And then what I'm gonna do is move the needle so that I can get a perfect place. I'm gonna make it down a little bit, to down. I'm finding the center of the cross that I showed you earlier. Okay, that's what let me get you closer. So I'm looking to find the X, the cross, where the center is. That's what I'm trying to do. That will center the design the way I want it. So now what I'm going to do, I'm going to take this off. I don't need it anymore. I don't need it anymore. And now what I'm going to do, I'm going to place the water-soluble stabilizer. Yeah. Yes. All right. So I'm going to say now, okay. Okay, now that is center. Put this away. I'm going to say okay. And then I'm going to go to embroidery. And there you have it. And of course, the color is not black. I switched the color. So let's go, people. Okay, so this is finished. Let's take it to the table. All right. All right. So what do you think? Everything came out good. Let me take off the paper from the back. This one is easier than the sticky stabilizer. So that's why I prefer the spray. Okay, so you see the back, how clean it looks? The color is very similar to the fur, so it doesn't look awkward, okay? But this bunny sits this way. The ears always go this way. So I love it. It came out real nice. So far, these are the ones that I've done. Omar, Lucas, and Gabriel, which I call him Gabby. And now I have my granddaughter. She's the oldest. Jasmine, that's the one I'm gonna do next. I have not decided if I'm gonna make it, if I'm gonna embroider it on the SC1900 or go back to the multi-needle machine. I will leave that as a surprise at the end for you because it might be another way of doing it. Okay, see you in a little bit. So what I decided to do is to try it this way. If you have the magnetic hoop for the flatbed machine, um, you can try this way. I've never done it before. I'm gonna do it this time. I don't like the sticky stabilizer on this fur like I did on the fast frame earlier on the 8x1 frames because it was so difficult. It's the glue is so strong. I mean, it comes out that I had to pull the hair and try to pull it out. So I used a regular tearaway, not sticky. I sprayed it around the frame and stuck it. You see how it's stuck in there? And I'm gonna float it. And that way, just for those who want to use this one, because it's easier than the regular machine hoop. You don't have to, do all that stuff, which is not difficult. It took me no time. But this is another option. So I want to show you options to use this. And what I'm gonna do, guess what? I'm just going to put the magnets around it. Just to give it extra hold. Put the other one in here. I can put the other one in here because I'm not gonna be embroidering no close to here. In normal circumstances, if I have a garment, I usually don't put it here if the design is all the way up here because I don't want the needle to, to hit it. But this will give me like additional, um, support for what I'm doing. Okay, so that's what I decided to do. It's an experiment. Hopefully it will work. I don't want to mess up the bunny. There's no more bunnies around. I mean, if you go to the store, you're not going to find them. It's very hard. I don't want to having to go searching for another bunny that I'm not going to find. They are very hard to come by now. It's late in the game. So I'm going to hoop it the same way I did the other ones, this way, facing this way. Because the hoop is going to go this way, okay? So it's the same thing, nothing special, all the same. And of course, I'm going to spray it with the temporary adhesive because that one comes off real easy. I don't have to struggle and pull fur out of the ear like I did with the sticky sterilizer. Let me spray it again on top. And I'm gonna make sure that the fur is facing one way. I'm gonna stick it. Okay. And of course, I'm gonna pin it for extra support. All right. So let's go to the machine. All right. So these are the thread that I have to choose to match this thread right here. This is closer to the fur color. This is too dark, so this is that one. But I have this one. What do you think? This matches, it match, but I don't know if I should do the lighter color for her name. I think I'm gonna go with the fur color as opposed to this color. I don't know. Okay, so let's look for the file again. Same thing that we did before. Right here. Jasmine. Okay. Set. Rotate. Yeah, está bien. Okay, so let's put the bunny up. Okay, so I'm gonna put embroidery. Put the foot down. And let's roll. Let's start this. Oops. Very important, people. Got the soluble stabilizer. And that is the no-no. Need to do this stabilizer. This one is started. So we are done with this. I took off already the magnets on the magnetic hoop. I'm just checking for pin. There's one more in here. Like I said, they hide on the fur. And yeah. So I show you the different hoops that you can use depending on what you have, whatever is easier for you, your preference, including the Ricoma or the single needle machine. If you don't have a multi-needle, you use a single needle machine. This is done. I will be cleaning this in a little bit. Actually, no cleaning needed. It came out real nice because this is not sticky stabilizer. You see? So it comes nice just by using the spray. You don't have to use, in other words, I show you that if you don't own sticky stabilizer, you can use a regular tearaway, just spray the frame, stick the tearaway in the top, not on the back like you usually do with the sticky stabilizer. Just put it on the front, put your magnet and float. No need for having the sticky if you don't have sticky stabilizer. In this case, like I said, I prefer much not you to use the sticky stabilizer because it sticks to the fur and it's longer to remove. That was my experience with my first one. So What do you think? I think it came out pretty good. Of course, I have to clean up around here. It's hard. I think I'm going to be using the snack nabbit and all these little leftover jump stitches. I'm just going to use this snack nabbit and clean it up more. But I think it came out real good. The color is perfect. I'm very pleased with the color. So I'm going to do the last review of the project, people. And yeah. So these are the end product with all the bunny ears embroidered already. Omar, Jasmine, Gabby or Gabriel, and Lucas. And yeah, I really had a lot of fun. This is my first time doing the bunny ears. I really enjoyed them a lot. Easier than I thought. Like I said, I showed you there are many ways you can hoop these ears depending on what you have available. So if you're new to my channel, don't forget to subscribe. And also, if you already subscribed, thank you for spending this time with me. Don't forget to hit the notification bell so you can receive notification of my future videos. See you later. Bye-bye. Hasta luego.